Three updates. Let's get started with the first one. Phone update. It's been over 24 hours since I started drying it, and I won't be able to use it until tomorrow night. So getting quite antsy about that. Now let's go on with the diet update. Weighed myself this morning, 166.2 pounds. Not bad at all. I had 2 slices of bacon, 1 bowl of ratio cereal with almond milk, 3 cups of coffee, a smoothie that included Greek yogurt, strawberries, blueberries, xylitol, and lemon, lime, and spinach, as well as some nuts and seeds and dark chocolate. It was pretty good. Then later on, I had a steak with lobster, green beans, and cauliflower rice. Overall, pretty good, except I wasn't a huge fan of the cauliflower rice. I thought it wasn't properly heated well enough. I also had a snack, the 7 Sundays nut mix, so that was pretty good as well. Those were everything I ate. Any exercise today? Honestly, just basic walking around. That's it. Sorry, nothing dedicated today. Let's move on to the daily update. I woke up this morning, and when I got up, my mom told me that we were going to work on a project. We were going to build trash can containers. So she was going to get me involved in that after returning home from a grocery store trip. When she left, I had 2 slices of bacon that were already prepared. And then afterwards, I remember... Man, this is the hard part, because I'm trying to remember exactly what I did. Oh yeah, I think I started talking to ChatGPT about finances for like an hour, and I told my sister about my discoveries, and then I told my mom about my discoveries. It turns out that I got some things miscalculated. So when I reconfigured everything in my head, I found out that, what I found out wasn't fully true because I was basically misreporting it. But then I found out it was true, so, okay. Well, not was true. I found out what was true. There we go, that's better. Afterwards, my mom wanted a smoothie, so I made a smoothie for us. It was a pretty good treat. And then I sat next to her and we were looking over plans on how to make a new trash can holder for our 3 trash cans outside. And after that, we got up and I got dressed, got my wallet and my keys, and we headed off to the hardware store to pick up some wood for the project. And then when we drove back, we put the wood in, and we realized we needed to refill the propane tank because we wanted to have grilled steak today. So I got the propane tank. It had some grease on it. I had to wash it off. We took it in. We drove to the nearest propane refill station. We could only get it exchanged because they didn't have a refill tank there. So we did that. It was like $30 about. Well, $29.07 if we want to be technical about it. Arrived back home, hooked everything up. My mom seasoned and prepared the steaks. My sister boiled the green beans. Our family friend made the cauliflower rice, and I grilled the steaks and the lobster tails. We had a really good meal, and then we were curious about watching a movie we hadn't seen before that was Oscar rated. So we went into Wikipedia and we were looking over Oscar films that we hadn't seen yet, like films that won Oscars. And we ultimately settled on a movie that was called... Gosh, I'm forgetting the name of it. Man, it was directed by a guy called, like, Sam Altman or something Altman. And it was released in 2001. And it's basically like about a bunch of British people who are coming into a house to play some hunting sports, and then someone gets killed, and they gotta figure out who killed the man in the house. That's pretty much what I remember. I don't remember the name, even though I just watched it. Sorry. But my overall review is it's a very eclectic movie, and by that I mean there's a lot happening all at once. And if you're like really paying attention, trying to understand each character, their motivation, and why they do what they do, then it's probably a really engaging film. But if you're someone who's expecting a straightforward like murder mystery movie, the murder mystery doesn't even happen until like an hour and 15 minutes into the movie. And before then, it's just like characters gossiping and like talking to each other for like an hour and 15 minutes, and like a bunch of like getting into hijinks with, some very unbecoming characters, I suppose you could say. But overall, I was mostly unimpressed and frankly bored. The worst part of the movie was like a guy who was singing like in a with a piano, and I don't know, I just didn't like the way he sung it. I thought it was kind of dull and boring and meandering, and I just didn't like it. Overall, not my thing. Well, after we watched that movie, we watched some reviews of what people thought of the film. A lot of people really enjoyed it, and the people who did said they liked it because they noticed all the little intricate details, things that happen throughout the movie that make it really engaging. And the people who didn't like it thought they were being advertised one thing and got something else. And because the common like criticism people who say, "Oh, you didn't like this movie, there's something wrong with you," is, "Oh, you don't like the director's work, or you've never seen his work. This is his wheelhouse. This is how he does things." I mean, sure, I guess you're right, but it's just people's honest opinions, But yeah, pretty interesting. Well, afterwards, I went into my room and I was getting pretty antsy about how my phone was doing, so I was talking with ChatGPT about like what to look out for once I turn on the phone, and if it's in the clear. I actually did rub 90% isopropyl alcohol around 10 a.m. in the morning when my mom and family friend returned from the grocery store to see if that could help clean it up and reduce the possibility of corrosion from possible chlorine leaking in. So I guess we're about to find out very soon. Well, anywho, after looking into all of that, I realized that I needed to make my update video. So here it is. Well, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.